Overwatch added skateboarding with the Kiriko skateboard emote, but there's one problem. It's slow as f. I grew up playing games like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, so skateboarding in Overwatch is something I've been meaning to work on for custom games for a while. But now that the skateboard emote is in the game, I might as well make something with it. But to do it right, we're gonna have to add better movement and even tricks. And I'll even add a skateboarding quest for the player to complete. But before we can start, I wouldn't be able to make this video without today's sponsor, Opera GX. I make some absolutely insane custom games that already destroy my FPS enough, and you don't need the average web browser slowing you down. By using GX Control, you could limit the CPU and RAM that Opera GX uses while you're gaming, so you can avoid lag and FPS drops while keeping your favorite tabs and music running in the background. Look at how much memory Google Chrome is using up here compared to Opera GX. Also, default browsers are boring, and you're a gamer. With GX mods, I can install whatever backgrounds I want, even animated ones. It's neat the backgrounds can even have music. It even has typing sounds which you can change, and tab sound effects. And look at the splash screen I chose when Opera starts up. There's also different font mods. I like this bubbly one. This one looks pretty nice. You can also change the icon of the browser, so I made it sparkly. You can even have shaders that change how your entire screen looks. And interactive backgrounds. I like the way you could bounce this ball around, and then the effects just stay there. And you can change your mods at any time on the sidebar, and you can combine mods, selecting which parts of which different mods that you want. Also, if you make the switch, Opera makes it very easy for you to take your saved data from your last browser. It also has a built-in ad blocker and a free VPN. So thanks to Opera GX for sponsoring this video, and don't forget to use my link below to download Opera GX today. And back to the video, starting off with fixing the movement. The first step is simply just increasing the speed. And it's already looking a lot better. But without a way to control that speed, you'll end up just running into things. So I'll code in some variation. There's slow, normal, and... So you can now hold crouch to slow down to get around corners easier, and hold shift or ability 1 to speed up. And oh my god, this already feels awesome. Next is jumping, or in skateboard terms, doing an ollie. Now Kiriko can already ollie, but it sucks. I want to add some variation so she can ollie higher as well. So I made it so instead of pressing jump, the ollie starts on the release of the jump key. So the longer you hold down the button before releasing, the higher the jump. So we got normal, a bit higher, and... Okay, I might have to nerf that a little bit. Now it's easy to jump over tall objects, and the movement is feeling pretty good. So now it's time for tricks. Except there's a massive problem. I wanted to make it so Kiriko could do spins in the air and on the ground, but this is the maximum speed for the spin. There's nothing I could do in the workshop to make it any faster, which is really sad actually. Since being in an emote works differently as just playing the game, I can't face the player. But what about grinding rails, or even wall riding? I can easily give Kiriko wall riding by smushing Kiriko and Lucio together. So now we have grinding and wall riding. And this also gives me an option to stop the player so Kiriko could just stand on the skateboard and not move by attaching her to Lucio. And once I turn Lucio invisible, this looks and feels great. It feels like I'm actually performing it with the skateboard. But there's actually a strange bug that sometimes happens. So the skateboard just disappears and Kiriko's weapons are underneath. Also, I don't know who this guy is, but he's here for the ride. But also, instead of just normal grinding, I made it so if you release the grind key while on the wall, you perform a super jump, which is very useful to get around the map. Now that I've added some movements in the wall riding, it feels pretty good, but I can't really call it a skateboarding game without anything to do. In the Tony Hawk games, there's often missions where you have to go around collecting things, so I'm going to be using this idea, so let's add that gameplay. Now I could add some collectibles around the map, but where's the fun in that? How about running over pedestrians instead? Specifically, Torbjorn. Why? I mean, it's just kind of funny. but I have to place them in hard places to reach to give the player a challenge. So I started flying around and getting the coordinates for the places I wanted all the torbs to be. And I got them all placed around the map, and it looks like we're nearly done. Well, once I fix some bugs. I added some text to spawn to teach players the controls. I also wanted to add a HUD that showed how many torbs left there are to kill, except I am terrible with HUDs. Luckily someone in my Discord was willing to help. My brain was not working, and I did not understand, so he ended up just making it for me. So thanks to Klooster for making the torb kill tracker. So the game was finally ready to be tested.
Are we getting a quest?
Yeah, you are. There's torbs all over the city. They're making it smell. Please get rid of them for me.
Are you ready to destroy these torbs?
We're gonna destroy them all.
No! I was so close.
Ah, so close.
I actually like it's really close. Like that it's challenging.
Whoa.
Oh my god,
What the heck happened to you?
I got him
Oh,
there!
huge!
Sick, what the heck?
No, no!
No!
I'm glad I was watching that. So what do you guys think? What do you think of the mode?
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
So fun.
It's a
I
bit hard.
want to get them all.
It's a,
I think you get the hang of it after
but
playing a bit.
that's the fun part. That's the fun part of it. I enjoyed it.